For thousands of years, whenever our bodies broke, the only tools we really had were, well, kind of like hammers. We use these blunt instruments, pills that just flood your entire system to hit one tiny target, or chemotherapy that's basically a carpet bomb, or surgery that cuts things out. It was messy, right? But what if we've been quietly figuring out a whole new way? A technology that doesn't just fight a disease, but actually hands your body a blueprint and says, here, you build the cure yourself.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we're going to look at this huge leap forward that's happening in medicine. Then we'll get into what this biological software actually is. After that, we'll explore 3 absolutely incredible new kinds of cures this makes possible. And finally, we'll talk about the revolution that's really just getting started. For basically all of human history, medicine has been about brute force. We've been trying to fix this incredibly complex machine from the outside. But now, we are right on the edge of a totally new era, one that works from the inside out, using the body's own native language.
Just think about the difference for a second. We're moving away from that carpet bomb approach, like with chemo, which just destroys tons of healthy cells right along with the bad ones. So instead of a hammer, we're now using a super precise set of instructions, a biological blueprint that tells the body exactly what to do.
You've heard the letters a million times by now. mRNA. And right away, you're probably thinking about vaccines. And yeah, that was the big public debut, the proof of concept. But for the scientists who actually built this technology, a vaccine is maybe the least interesting thing it can do. The real story, the revolution, that hasn't even begun yet. So what is this code? What are we talking about here? To really get how powerful this is, we've got to stop thinking about it like a drug. It's not a drug. It's a platform. It's a language that lets us talk directly to our cells. And that right there, that is the key mind shift. This isn't some chemical compound we swallow. It's a line of code we introduce into the system. It's like a temporary software update for the hardware of our bodies. And that changes absolutely everything. Okay, so the most important word on this slide is temporary. It's just a messenger. It delivers an order to the cell's protein factories, and then, and this is so critical, it just disappears, vanishes without a trace. It doesn't stick around. It doesn't change anything permanently. This analogy is probably the best way to get it. Think of your DNA as the computer's hard drive. It's the master copy, it's permanent, and it's locked away safely in the nucleus. You do not want to mess with the hard drive. But mRNA, that's just a USB stick. You plug it in, you transfer a working copy of a file, and when the job's done, you pull it out. No changes are ever made to that master hard drive. For decades, we just watched this whole process happen. We observed it. But then a few brilliant scientists started asking this completely game-changing question. If we can read the message, what if we could write our own? Because if you can write the message, you can control the machine. And writing our own messages, that just blows the doors wide open to a universe of possibilities. We are now literally programming ourselves to do these incredible things, which is leading to entirely new types of cures for diseases we used to think were just unbeatable.
It really comes down to 3 main functions, 3 new commands we can give our bodies. We can tell the immune system to attack a hidden enemy, like cancer. We can tell ourselves to build a vital protein they're missing, fixing a genetic mistake. Or, and this is wild, we can tell an overactive immune system to tolerate the body's own tissues and just stand down. Let's start with attack.
Okay, so the biggest problem with cancer is that it's a master of disguise. It's made from our own cells, right? So our immune system, which is the most powerful defense force on the planet, often just walks right past it, thinking, oh, that's one of us. But with mRNA, we can rip that disguise right off and flip on all the lights.
So here's how they're doing this in labs, right now. Doctors take a sample of a patient's tumor and find the specific genetic typos that are unique to that cancer. Then they print a custom piece of mRNA that's basically a wanted poster for the immune system, showing it exactly what the bad guy looks like. That poster gets delivered, and boom, the disguise is gone. The immune system turns into this precision-guided cancer hunter, trained for one specific person's disease. All right, now let's look at the build function. What if the issue isn't an invader, but just a missing part? Think of a genetic disease like cystic fibrosis. It's like you're born with a toolbox that's missing one single crucial screwdriver. The blueprint in your DNA has a typo, so the instructions to build that one tool just never get sent. And because of that, a really important job can't get done. For the longest time, this was the biggest hurdle.
The body is designed to destroy any foreign RNA it sees, almost instantly. The massive breakthrough was figuring out how to deliver the message. And the answer is these things called lipid nanoparticles. They're basically tiny balls of fat that act like a Trojan horse, smuggling the delicate mRNA instructions past all the body's defenses and right into the cells. So now we can deliver the right code for that missing screwdriver and just let the cell build it itself.
Okay, this is where things get really, really mind-bending. With autoimmune diseases like MS or type 1 diabetes, your immune system has gotten, well, paranoid. It wrongly identifies your own healthy cells as invaders and just attacks them without mercy. Up until now, our only solution was to basically carpet bomb the whole immune system, which leaves patients totally vulnerable. But what if we could be way more diplomatic?
A normal vaccine basically screams at your immune system, attack this thing. It's designed to trigger aggression. A reverse vaccine does the exact opposite. It carries a message that represents the tissue being attacked, but it whispers, hey, see this? This is friendly. Leave it alone. It goes to those rioting immune cells and tells them to stand down, reteaching the system what's safe. It doesn't just suppress the attack, it's re-educating the entire system.
Just think about that for a second.
Now, before we get into what's coming next, if you're finding this as fascinating as I am, a quick like or subscribe. It really helps us make more deep dives just like this one. All right, so let's look at the road ahead.
So the obvious question is, if this technology is so revolutionary, why isn't it in every single hospital tomorrow? Well, because writing code for biology turns out to be pretty chaotic. We've definitely opened the door, but the path forward still has some major challenges we need to solve. Right now, we're looking at 3 big hurdles. First up is delivery. Those little Trojan horses we talked about, they love going to the liver. So we've got to figure out how to put a different address on the package to send them to other parts of the body. Second is cost and speed. Making these personalized therapies is still pretty slow and very expensive. And finally, biology itself is just unbelievably complex. We're still learning the language. But here's the most important takeaway. The paradigm has shifted. For all of human history, we've been practicing a kind of Stone Age medicine, using blunt tools and a lot of guesswork. We have now officially entered the information age of our own biology. See, mRNA isn't just a new kind of drug. It's a platform. It's a language. And for the very first time, we are learning how to speak it. We're going from just being spectators, watching how the body works, to actually having a conversation with our cells, giving them new instructions to heal themselves from the inside out. The next big updates we're all going to be talking about won't be for our phones. They're going to be for our bodies. We are learning how to rewrite the code of our own cells, one message at a time. The only real question left is, what are we going to choose to write?